Wait a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought Angel Reese was a big deal. I thought she was a box office draw.
From the people that want to pay the money. Sponsors. Oh, man. Angel Reese fans are going to be pissed. Oh, Ice Cube, you see the headline from TMZ. Sorry, Angel Reese, the $5 million offer was only for Caitlin Clark. Oh, fuck. It's about to get ugly.
Angel Reese recently discovered the hard way that not everyone, including Ice Cube, is buying into the hype. She is prepared to make money with the big three in a moment. The next day, she searches for ways to bounce back from being rejected in public. Sponsors abandoned the event. No, Cube replied, and Caitlin Clark is out here piling victories while drinking Gatorade. This meltdown may be louder than her whole highlight reel, so fasten your seatbelt. Let's examine the turmoil, the spectacle, and the bitter tears of a bargain gone horribly wrong.
I don't really get to stand up for myself. I mean, I have great teammates. I have a great support system. I got my hometown. I got my family that stands up for me. I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much. I've been attacked so many times. Death threats. I've been sexualized. I've been threatened. I've been so many things, and I've stood strong every single time.
Express Delivery just gave Angel Reese a reality check. She was dreaming of being the star of Ice Cub's Big Three League, planning her post-WNBA empire, and possibly even picturing courtside interviews in which she would nonchalantly discuss her influence on the game. Boom. Next minute. Her eyelashes did a double take when the door slammed so forcefully. After taking a close look around the court, Ice Cube, the man who essentially made gangster rap into a basketball company, replied, "Yeah, we're good."
This week, the rapper turned league founder explained that the snub wasn't personal, but it was business. That's all it is, business. Y'all gonna make it personal, though. Just like y'all making it personal with Candace Parker. Y'all make it personal with anybody who does not lie and pretend like they are on the same level. That's all y'all gonna do. That's all y'all gonna do. That's it. So at the end of the day, look, we was wondering, yo, Ice Cube was offering that bag. He was offering that baggy bag. And Caitlin was like, nah. I can't even help you, buddy. You got to get it on your own. I ain't doing it.
Let's be honest. Even Ice Cube, who claims that today was a nice day, responds, "No, family," as you're attempting to tie the bag. It's more than just a warning sign. Your career is being marched by the Soviet parade throughout its whole. The rejection is particularly painful when the sponsors, not the offer, are the first to go. Yes. Instead of simply retreating, the brands disappeared, much like Reese's jump shot after a stressful game. The skincare package, the energy drink, and whatever crypto nonsense was waiting to gain traction are all gone.
For Ice Cube, they're about to come and get Ice Cube. We know how this works. It won't be long. But the AR5 fans will seek and destroy, or try to, because that's standard operating procedure for them, Ice Cube. Because Ice Cube has come out and given everybody some brutal truth, and there is a portion of this that just tells you everything that we've been telling you. This is just confirmation.
Caitlin Clark was off somewhere taking care of herself, stacking stats, grinning in high-def ads, and earning more money for blinking than most rookies make for perspiring when all of this was going on. Because this is the harsh reality. Nobody wants to touch Angel's public relations crew. By no means is she Caitlin Clark. Not in the media, not on the court, and most definitely not at the table of sponsors.
Ice Cube had a backup plan, right? According to the media, there's more than one star in the WNBA dump. The growth of pretend basketball should be attributed to more than one player. Since Caitlin Clark rejected the offer, Ice Cube could make the same deal with Angel Reese. He said, "We can't pay Angel Reese. This isn't the WNBA. We're in business to make money. We don't have the luxury of being subsidized by the NBA. If we're offering millions of dollars to a player, we have to receive a return on that investment.
You see, Angel is still fighting over checkers while Caitlyn is playing chess. Caitlyn is not interested in making headlines. She is pursued by headlines. She is the type of player that leagues are built around. Angel is the type of athlete who causes leagues to become anxious during press conferences. There is a significant difference. Caitlyn arrives, drops 30, and leaves as if she were going to breakfast. Angel arrives, slams into people, misses layups, and questions why Nike hasn't returned his calls. You could practically hear the Hollywood record scratching when Ice Cube learned that Angel's name was being floated for the Big Three by her team. Because you don't want someone who adds more drama than buckets to a league that is already struggling for mainstream oxygen. He has no desire to mediate another round of Instagram tirades and unfollow disputes. Instead of walking think pieces, he wants hoopers and ballers. As a result, Angel lost the impression that her brand was impervious to criticism, in addition to losing a payment. And that's the most painful part.
With the Big Three's $5 million offer to Caitlin Clark never coming to fruition, could a lucrative Angel Reese proposal be up next for the Hoops League? Tell me you don't know ball. I mean, honestly, don't count on it. TMZ Sports caught up with Ice Cube himself at LAX this week, and the Big Three honcho said that there will be no deal put in front of Angel Reese anytime soon. Woo! What's that sound I hear? I believe that's seething. I believe that's what I'm hearing right now.
Remember, this is the same player that based her entire persona on the "you can't see me" flex, only to discover that no one has been paying any attention lately. Ratings are honest. Fans are honest. And of all people, Ice Cube is undoubtedly honest. Not with his wallets involved in particular. Let the terror begin. The sponsors' phone calls are silent. Instagram stories appear to be much more filtered and less glamorous. Suddenly, they don't despise me because I'm self-assured. That's why our emails aren't getting a response. The energy quickly shifted from Bayou Barbie to Budget Barbie. The internet never forgets, even while Angel is over here attempting to rebrand overnight. Everything is recorded, including every inane remark, every failed flex, and every timeout devoted to argument rather than planning. The sponsors are also not stupid. The chamber was read by them. They witnessed who the supporters support and who they scoff at.
The original gangster. It's so sad. Gone into hiding because of the absolute anger and insanity of Angel Reese fans because of this little clip talking about bringing her to the Big Three League and, comparing her to Caitlin Clark, the man who started a revolution in the rap game, straight out of Compton, crazy.
Additionally, there is the team player component, which is where the disparity is most noticeable. Caitlyn has been locked in since day one. She's there whether she's scoring or supporting from the sidelines. Angel, she improves the team. Let's just say that when she gets benched, her enthusiasm inexplicably disappears. The distinction between a liability and a leader. It's day and night. And guess who gets ads during the day? Therefore, Caitlyn is most likely signing another endorsement, performing at a charity event, and nonchalantly hitting half-court shots with the same grace some people hit snooze buttons, while Angel is out there panicking and searching Google for ways to recover from being iced by Ice Cube. She possessed the spotlight, the stage, and the viral moment. However, she leaned into the commotion, the off-court diversions, the clapbacks, and the performative rivalry rather than building on it consistently and gracefully. And the sponsors, who were waiting for her to change course while holding their breath. She didn't. Instead, they turned around and went directly to Caitlyn's email.
So, Ice Cube said he offered Caitlin Clark, aka my precious CC, $5 million for a contract to play in a Big Three, and she turned it down, as she should at the end of the day. She want to play in the WNBA, and I respect it. But what I respect more is Ice Cube told y'all, and he famous, and we the same color. Y'all think he hating when he say Angel Reese wasn't good enough? And the sponsorship wasn't feeling it at the end of the day. They wanted Caitlyn, aka my precious Cece.
The lesson is as old as the league itself. Respect is cash, but attention is cool. Furthermore, fear breaks out when the wealthy begin to choose respect over loudness. Angel believed that she was the time. Moments pass, especially when the next one is subtly outperforming you while you're still vying for the attention of the comment section. It turns out that she was a moment.
Here we are, then.
Once hailed as the league's new face, Angel Reese is now being turned down by a league she believed she could rule. As if she had just released a mixtape of missed layups, sponsors are backing out. And Ice Cube, still lounging, still cashing payments, and presumably appreciating his gut for avoiding a PR bomb disguised in attitude and lashes. Because ultimately, the game doesn't give a damn about your fan base. Your follow-through is important to it. Nevertheless, the Reese versus Clark argument continues to emerge from the group chat like an uninvited zombie.
Why?
Why do we continue to act as though these two are part of the same solar system? There is a whole constellation in Caitlyn Clark. Growing stock, rising talent, and rising ratings.
Ice Cube says Big Three sponsors didn't view Angel Reese the same way as Caitlyn Clark. He said with Caitlyn, it was just unlock millions of dollars for the league. They didn't tell us the same thing about Angel. Money talks, bullshit walks.
Does the offer still stand to Caitlyn Clark?
Nah, we've moved on. We see that she is focused on the WNBA. And, we really didn't get great engagement from the offer from their team. I think the agents was hating on it a little bit.
What was the offer?
Angel Reese, meanwhile, is out here standing in for the Department of Lost Opportunities and Misguided Attitude. It is no longer even a rivalry. Those who continue to believe that volume equals value are duct taping together a cosmic mismatch. This isn't a basketball feud, let's face it. Resentment with a twist. Every coach wishes they could do what Clark is doing. Making networks salivate, improving colleagues, and creating newsworthy stories. She's creating content, not confidence, Angel. Angel Ree's outspokenness does not make her loathed. She continues to cash checks that her stat sheet cannot support, which makes her controversial. Things quickly start to go apart when your reputation surpasses your output. It has also been unfolding in high HD lately. Angel Reese's confidence keeps others interested. Confidence without a clutch becomes noise, which is why they are exhausted.
I want to say one more thing about Ice Cube, though.
Sure.
The other thing that bothers me about this, Ice Cube has long been this man that has exalted himself as a pro-black man who is about black people and is about his community. So why he took this moment to say anything disparaging about a black woman bothers me.
Here's what bothers me about what Cube did. He based it around statements that Angel Reese made a year ago.
Right, but out of context though, because she didn't say that she couldn't pay her bills. She said based on her WNBA salary alone, which she said if that was all I had to live on, I couldn't pay my bills. But that's not all the money she's getting.
Nevertheless, a brave person chose to throw an Ice Cube into the mixer. Really? So we're doing this now? I would choose Angel Reese over Ice Cube if I had to choose between the two. Alright, great. That's like having to decide between an ancient VCR and a mushy waffle. Why do we even act as though something falls under the same category? And now Cube is being hauled along for what? Bless his erratic, bucket hat-wearing heart? Denying Angel a contract, as if she were a member of the basketball elite. These same people would have hailed Cube's signing of Angel as significant and audacious. However, he didn't. Then all of a sudden he is a villain. Welcome to 2025, a time when opinions are accompanied by optional nuance and memory loss. If we're being honest, the Ice Cube slander is more about Reese's embarrassment at being rejected than it is about Cube. She wasn't simply turned away. A league that genuinely needs attention openly swerved her.
Came up with a brilliant plan to grow his league. He offered Caitlyn Clark $15 million to join the Big Three. She would receive $10 million in salary over 2 years. He offered Caitlin Clark ownership stake, which would potentially be worth millions of dollars. He also gave her 50% of the merchandising revenue, along with ownership in a Big Three documentary that came with a 7-figure advance. The deal was worth $15 million, but it could have been worth significantly more.
The burn is that typically Big Three doesn't become viral. They must go viral. And they decline their gratitude as well. It's similar to being the sole person in line at a karaoke bar and getting turned away. Indeed, it's becoming tiresome to see people attempt to spin this as a competence fight rather than any sort of culture war. You can be flamboyant, boisterous, and popular, but you're simply a high-top distraction if you can't be there when it counts. Who speaks more is not the point of this. It all comes down to who delivers. Furthermore, pointing fingers at Ice Cube won't alter the scoreboard. Let's not pretend that Caitlin Clark is clamoring for brand deals. Businesses are swarming her with cash as if she were the top 10 picks in the NBA draft. She is not required to create moments. The broadcasters, the spectators, and the sponsors all took notice. Simply observe the camera time. Caitlin Clark's game-changing passes might be timed to the second. Angels are interrupted in the middle of their tirade.
So today, lads, the Indiana Fever played the Chicago Sky on Barbie night. And obviously it was... I actually am impressed by the Chicago Sky's fight. They were overmatched. They were absolutely overmatched. Because I gotta say this, they tried. This is the first time I've seen the Sky without Bo Danger, Reese, and Ariel Atkins try for a full game.
And I just try to stand strong for my teammates because I don't want them to see me down and not be there for them. So I just want to always just know I'm still a human. All this has happened since I won the national championship, and I said the other day I haven't had peace since then.
The worst part is that Angel fans appear more interested in making fun of everyone else than in genuinely requesting that she do better. It becomes a cultural incident the moment someone criticizes her court appearance, shot selection, or temper. Caitlin, meanwhile, may jog back on defense as if nothing had happened, drain a logo 3, and take a hard foul smile. That isn't considered privilege. However, he is suddenly MAGA nearby and cancelled by association because he decided not to board the hype train. Simply express your anger that Angel was ignored and carry on. Why would you want to join his league if he's simply some MAGA mascot? He is either important or not. You have no right to accuse someone of disregarding your CV after pleading for their attention. People continue to act as though it is unfair to be compared to Clark. Caitlin is not your typical person. She was the norm. That's not something you can compete with by complaining. You accomplish this via improving.
To not paying Angel Reese the same as he paid Caitlin Clark. Be hard to say her name sometimes. Caitlin Clark. Well, come to find out, he's saying he couldn't pay Angel Reese $5 million because the sponsors feel that the marketability will be different.
However, it appears like Angel's camp is more concerned with appearances than results. Each time she is benched, it is presented as a sign of extreme contempt. Sitting out, however, can occasionally be tactical rather than personal. And perhaps they are not the problem if the coach finds greater value elsewhere. The way someone responds to rejection can reveal their level of focus. Caitlin didn't even bat an eyelid, but she missed the Olympics. After Angel is passed over by the Big Three, a 3-day sympathy tour is abruptly organized. Resilience is not that. The younger generation is inspired by one, while the other blocks them on Twitter for stating the obvious. At this point, the only similarity between Ree and Clark, if we're being completely honest, is that they both wear sneakers. The argument is over. The story was revealed by the numbers. The fine print was read by the sponsors. And the most astute move of all was made by Ice Cube, whichever cap he is wearing. He gave the circus a respectful nod and continued to walk.